So, if I write out the equation y equals mx plus b, I know, because we wrote right here, parallel lines have the same slope. So I'm going to look at this slope right here. The slope is 3. So I'm going to write in on my equation y equals 3x plus b, but I know that they don't necessarily have the same y-intercept. So I'm not going to copy that minus 5 part. That part doesn't really even matter in this problem. And then I'm going to put in the xy point right here to find out what my new y-intercept is. This is very similar to, we had questions before where I'd give you a slope and a point. Exactly the same process. You just have to realize that the slope is the same for a parallel line. So, y is 2, x is negative 4. That's 2 equals negative 12 plus b. Add 12 to both sides to solve it, and you get 14 equals b. So my final equation is y equals 3x plus 14. Because my slope was 3, and my y-intercept, my b, is 14. All right, over here, I'm going to write down steps for parallel line equations. Write it out very clearly so there's something that you can kind of use as you're doing your homework. So number 1, m is the same slope as the line. One piece of advice, guys. We're doing a lot of this chapter, like steps how to do something. It really helps if you actually write these down and keep them in your notes. Because if you don't do that, then you're going to get confused about all the different kinds of problems we have. But there's going to be like 4 different types of problems. This is like the 3rd list of steps we've done. So make sure you keep them separate. This is a good thing to have like on a note sheet that you can use for everything. All right. And I'm going to write right here. M is the same slope as the line, and probably a good thing to write would be ignore the y-intercept. So ignore the y-intercept on that equation that they already gave you. All right, step 2. Plug the slope in. Step 3, plug in the point. Into the equation. At this point it should look like y equals a number x plus b. So you're going to plug it in for x and y. Step 4, solve for b. And step 5, rewrite the equation. With a number in for m and b. All right, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see all the things I wrote. I don't know why it's blurry in that bottom corner, but it always is. Maybe I need to clean my camera. Example 2. Yeah, the possibility that Zandy could have put a gross finger on that camera seems very possible. Also, this camera is like 10 years old, so that's also possible. That is just not very good anymore. All right, example number 2. Write the equation of a line that passes through 8, 2, and is parallel to the graph y equals 3/4 x plus 2. All right, so this time I am going to follow all of the steps that I wrote out. So I'm going to do it exactly by the steps. If you don't have to use the steps if you feel comfortable just doing this on your own. Obviously you need some work, but if your homework looks like this or if it looks like actual steps, either way is okay. Number 1, m is the same slope as the line, ignore the y-intercept. Okay, so my slope is 3/4, and I'm going to ignore the y-intercept, so I'm just going to cross it out. I don't even need to look at it. Step 2, plug the slope into the y equals mx plus b equation. Okay, so it's m, so I'm going to put it in right there. Step 3, plug in the point into y equals that equation. So let's see, I'm going to take, this is my x, this is my y, so 2 equals 3/4 times 8 plus b. And then for my 4th step, I'm going to solve it. So 2 equals, let's see, if I multiply these fractions, I can reduce them. So I'm going to reduce, I'll divide by 4 here. So I'm going to divide by 4 on the bottom here and by 4 on the top there. Makes 6 plus b. Okay, now to get b by itself, I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. I get -4 equals b. So now I've got a slope and a y-intercept. So for step 5, I'm going to rewrite it. Y equals, my slope is 3/4 x, and my y-intercept is -4. So you can just write -4, or you could write plus a -4. They're both right. All right, so your homework is page 304, numbers 25, 26, 29, and 30. Now, on those problems, they say that you have to write the equation of a parallel line and a perpendicular line, but you only have to do the parallel lines today, because tomorrow we'll be learning about perpendicular. So 4 questions, and each one you'll only have 1 answer for, not 2 answers. Okay, guys, I hope you have a great day. I'm very excited to read about your creepy stories. Remember to fill out that retake form if you need a retake. Miss you. Bye.